purpose of the Ester Artificial Flavoring Lab is to recognize the aroma of the foods due to some of the combinations of the esters. In this lab, we will be learning how to name esters.
An ester molecule is formed when an alcohol and an organic acid molecule come together and a water molecule is released.
While doing this lab, wear goggles and an apron at all times. You must also put your hair back in a ponytail.
Your teacher will provide a beaker half full with water on top of a hot plate. You will have 2 opportunities to choose one acid and one alcohol that you will be combining to create different scents. You will put 10 drops of the alcohol and 2 to 3 drops of the acid. Then you go to your teacher and he or she will put 3 drops of sulfuric acid in the tube. Put the cork on and lightly flick the tube to mix it.
After that, hold the tube inside the beaker, which is now filled with hot water. You will hold it for about 2 minutes.
When the 2 minutes are up, take out the cork and squeeze the tube and sniff. After you and your lab partners have smelled the mixture, record on a piece of paper which alcohols and acids you choose to create your ester and what you decided it smelled like.
An ester is created with a combination of an alcohol and a carboxylic acid. In order to create a water molecule on the reaction side of the equation, you must move 1 hydrogen atom from the alcohol and hydrogen and an oxygen atom from the acid to the reaction side. In order to name the ester, you name the alcohol side as a branch, then name the acid. The alcohol side must end in O, and the acid must end in H.
For our first mixture, we chose methanol as our alcohol and salicylic acid as our acid. To make an ester, we took methanol plus salicylic acid, which yields to water, plus methyl salicylate. The reason it becomes methyl salicylate plus the H2O, the water, is because from methanol, the methanol reaction, we take the OH from there, and from the salicylic acid, we take the H, and it goes into the H2O, which creates methyl salicylate. It smelled like strawberries. For our second mixture, we chose methanol as our alcohol and ethanoic acid as our acid. And what we did was we added methanol added to ethanoic acid, which yields to H2O, plus methyl ethanoate. So we take the H from the methyl and the OH from the ethanoic acid, which makes H2O, and then the reason it's ethanoate is because we have ethanoic acid. We take away the ick and the acid, and it becomes ethano. Then we add the ate, so it becomes ethanoate. So at the end, it becomes methyl ethanoate. Ester ended up smelling like nail polish remover. For our third reaction, we chose isopentyl as our alcohol and salicylic acid as our acid. What we do is we add isopentyl plus salicylic acid, which yields to water plus isopentyl salicylate. So again, like we did, we repeat the steps. We take the H from the isopentyl reaction, and we take the OH from the salicylic acid reaction, and it becomes H2O plus isopentyl salicylate. It ended up smelling like bananas. For our fourth mixture, we chose isopentyl plus ethanoic acid, which yields to water plus isopentyl ethanoate. What we do is we take the OH from the isopentyl reaction, and we take the H from the ethanoic acid, which makes H2O. And then, so there it makes H2O, and then we add H2O plus isopentyl ethanoate. It ended up smelling like vinegar.
I don't scare anybody.